G'day everyone. Now, I'm about to head off on a holiday for 4 weeks and I have a couple of concerns for the people I'm leaving behind here. So usually I have these crazy deadlines that everyone needs to reach, clamoring to get insanely huge content done on time. Plus, when I'm here, I have this bold, encouraging energy that I really think that people might be sad not being here. But I have a solution to both of those things. See, while I'm gone, I have asked the team to recreate me at a 1-to-1 scale. As a result, there are 2 things that we're fixing. They have a deadline, which is an absurdly large project that I'm throwing at them while I'm gone, and I get to be here with them even when I'm not here. And my positive, encouraging, creative energy will help keep the wheels of the studio turning. Murray, I'm ready for my scan.
Oh God.
This is the most exposed I've been on the channel since I did the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I was in better shape when I did that, but also made the mistake of doing it with a white t-shirt.
Huh. In the comments, let me know how jealous you are of me at this very moment.
I feel like this is a process of trust. I am trusting everyone to do their jobs now because I'm basically giving myself to you to do with what you will. And that really literally could be anything because it's a 3D file and I know you all can do pretty magnificent or horrendous things with 3D files. Yeah. Oh my God.
There you go. Well done.
Oh my gosh. I'm experiencing a plethora of emotions. Cool. All right, well, I'll take this to Dave and we'll go from there. Dave.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. So we talked about that 3D 3D 1-to-1 concept. So I have a 3D file of me naked here for you. So the idea will be we'll slice this up, 3D print it 1-to-1 scale, and yeah, if you work your magic, I think me naked here for you, 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 me naked here for you. So it's official. My team now has my body. This is a very confronting feeling in 3 ways. 1, seeing your body in all of its detail outside of the context of a mirror is weird. 2, giving someone your body and all of its detail to do things with, that's also pretty confronting. And 3, knowing that hundreds of thousands of people are going to see my glorious dad bod in all of its detail. Also pretty confronting. Adam Savage recently did a video where he had actually bought a mannequin designed to match his body exactly for the purposes of like making cosplay that fits really perfectly. But he also found it a bit confronting.
It's weird looking at your body like this. It's not necessarily awesome, but it's real.
So at the end of the day, this is a bit of an exercise in trust for me. Trust that while I'm on holiday, my team will do right by my body and trust that you will all be gentle on me in the comments. I have a holiday to go on. I'm heading off, everyone.
Have fun.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Can't believe it.
All right, cool.
Bit of a change of plans. Look, it's all about that grind set. If you can't make money from every opportunity in this economy, what can you do? And if I can't monetize a 3D model of a naked YouTuber, I'm not very good at my job. Greg, my man, WikiFeet, right? I know your usual rate for pictures, but I've got something a little bit better than a picture. Jazza thinks we're gonna do the painting stuff, but if I can make money off this, I'm gonna be done and out of here before he even gets back. Hello, I need 40 gallons of body-safe silicon. Never you mind what it's for. What was his motivation again? Creating a statue to like loom over us and make us feel threatened into working? Yeah, it's Jazza from YouTube. Hello? But before I can make money from this, I gotta optimize the model in Blender, so I gotta get to work.
So 3D scanning is amazing, but if you want to 3D print anything that you scan, you are going to need to do a few modifications to the mesh. Because of course, the Jazza we received was a little bit of a jank Jazza, and if I'm going to be able to polish this beauty up and make some money on the black YouTube market, I'm going to need to do my best with some sculpting tricks. The first major issue we have here is that the scan did not capture his hands correctly, and we have one extra scan that Murray did of Jazza's hand, and I'm gonna have to effectively graft this hand onto Jazza. This has the added benefit for all you potential customers out there of making doppelganger Jazza no longer married, because I don't see a wedding ring on this mirrored right hand. So if I was going to be able to make any money on the WikiFeet black market, I was going to need to lavish some attention on JAZZA'S grass grippers. The main thing I had to do here was create some definition in his toes, and his feet had kind of fused onto the baseboard here. I did have a brief moment amusing myself creating massive witch toenails for JAZZA, but I decided the regular foot appearance would be much more marketable to the average pervert. It's time to reveal how the sausage was made and spoil the fun for a few people. We did not actually insist on JAZZA being fully naked while we body scanned him. So to do this scan, JAZZA was actually wearing a minimal amount of shapewear, and this wreaked havoc on the man's bum. We needed to Cardi B up in here, so I had some fun inflating out the biggest, juiciest dumpy I could give my boss. Look, if it was me, I would be really self-conscious having a 3D scan of my actual body floating around the office. So I had a little bit of fun in some areas here, but the reason for that was honestly to make JAZZA feel more comfortable with this. We're kind of making a fun caricature here, especially in these areas. And as Amy pointed out, giving him a bum actually meant it would be way easier for us to put pants on him and for them to stay up. Also, bums are very funny. So given that JAZZA'S body was covered in some shapewear in the scan, I had to do my best artist interpretation of what JAZZA looks like underneath the shapewear. Given his larger-than-life energetic personality, I could only picture a set of abs and some powerful, if a little bit low, pectoral muscles. The only instruction JAZZA gave me on any modifications to his model was he did say before he left, give me pepperoni nipples. So I made sure to lavish those milk duds with a bit of attention.
My nipples look like milk duds!
The final cleanup job happened around JAZZA'S head. He had an onion ring hanging out from the back of one of his ears where the scan had incorrectly picked up that ear twice, and there are a few stray bits of hair and broken geometry that I had to fix, but overall I didn't want to do much to the head. It was a really good scan. The only issue was his expression, which I'm pretty sure he's just biting his bottom lip and it hasn't scanned the teeth properly, so I get to put these little porcelain pegs just for his top teeth so we get a nice awkward smile of JAZZA chewing on that lip, just waiting for you to purchase this 3D model from me and make me rich.
I'm not giving you as many bites as I thought, but look, I'm gonna persevere. Look, there's a lot, sorry. An army of lawyers, like an army, that's the word. How did they find out? Yeah, deny everything. Amy, Murray, we gotta paint a JAZZA! We're painting JAZZA!
To enable this giant model to be 3D printed, I did have to partition the model. So I created some cubes that were the print dimensions of our 3D printers. This allowed me to divide the model up across multiple printers and make our printing process as efficient as possible. And while I did this, I also took the time to sculpt out some little plugs and slots so that Amy and Murray are going to have a really easy time assembling it, and it'll be super clear how it all goes together.
Now that finally all of JAZZA has been printed, it is now time to start assembling him, or at least working out where all his body bits go. So we're gonna do a reenactment of some sort of forensic science crime scene, then we're gonna take him away in segments and build him up. To make JAZZA stand upright, the first thing we need to do is build him a base. We decided that the best way to assemble JAZZA would be limb by limb, starting with the legs building backwards almost, creating some sort of weird tree. Then once he'd cured for a while, it was time to fill some of the more heinous gaps in his limbs.
Nothing like filling JAZZA'S crack.
Well said. Making little caterpillars, shoving it into all the seam lines, and then smoothing it over with some nice watered down tools and some good finger force. Are you uncomfortable yet, dear listener? And now that he's fully assembled, it's time to step back and look at the monstrosity that we have created. And Now it's time for a new day and a new lick of paint, as it is time to start preparing him to look a bit more human. And to make everything a bit easier on ourselves, we're going to start with the black so we can see exactly where we sprayed, and then give him a light dust down with white. It's time to put some actual color in Jazz's cheeks. Time to turn him into a real boy. We have some selected aerosols here, but I've also got some interesting ones like greens. That's colors shine through. You get that sort of depth and complexity in skin, which is kind of hard to do otherwise. That's basically going to be our foundation, and then we'll grab the paint brushes and poster paint and give him a bit more color, a bit more rosé in the cheekies. So now it's time to really start breathing life into him with the addition of more colors to make the skin look like really glossy and creepily real.
Considering it's my least favourite body part, I focused on the feet, giving them a reddy tinge to make them look flush with blood, and adding a little bit of white on those crispy toenails, just so they make your skin crawl all a little bit more.
Now you might notice an abundance of censoring in this video. That is because we have to play it on the safe side, because let's face it, this is practically a naked person in the video. We don't want to risk being demonetized. But hey, not only did the lucky patrons get early access to this video, they also get the uncut version. So if you want to see the whole Ken doll in its glory, well, I mean, you probably don't, but you can. So enjoy, patrons, and I'm so sorry. Wow, I really like the way this is turning out.
And then really come in and focus on the face, painting his eyes and mouth to make him look as real as possible and to make you truly uncomfortable. This was really weird enough going from such an accurate scan and print of a real person, but then trying to make it look as photorealistic as possible. This got really trippy just for us multiple times. We need to sit down, we need to think about our life choices, and we can't wait to show Jazza and absolutely terrify him.
Whoa, 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 we can't just leave him standing around here naked. Health and safety will be on our backs. Time to put some clothes together to get this poser ready for his debut.
G'day everyone. I have had a lovely holiday here in the English spring. It's beautiful, I love the countryside, and I've got to do some really cool things. I went to Maker Central, met a bunch of you guys and a few other YouTuber friends of mine I've wanted to see for a long time. But every time I go away, I feel bad. I feel like I've neglected my studio. But then I remembered they were making me. So let's go check me out. All right, hello, it's so good to see you all.
Hello.
It's been a while. Do you miss me?
Yeah, of course.
All right, hit me with it. I'm so, I have no idea how this is going to have turned out.
Ready?
What? Oh my God. I look like an actual goddamn corpse that has been stood up with your like lively flesh beside mine. Oh my God. You know when like someone has like a smile in their mouth but it doesn't carry across to their eyes? There's just death in the eyes.
I want you to look at your lean. You're leaning into
Is that
it.
how I was scanned? I've the center of gravity of Donald Trump.
Let's take off the apron.
Okay.
What have you done? Why are my nipples so vibrant? Thank you for the six-pack though. You're literally unclothing me on camera. This is so violating. We are going to traumatize all of my viewers. Oh. Oh, I'm dead. That's so good. All right. See ya.
I got so much to do. I'm out.
I just get a really weird feeling.
Yeah, I knew you'd be back. Yeah, so you're after him still? Will he fit in your bed? Of course he will. That's what he was made for. Yeah, it's been getting real quiet around here lately, so I reckon I should be able to move it still.
I'm back! Guys? It's 10 a.m. Last time I go on holiday. Yeah, oh my God, this is even weirder in person. Oh, wait, Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for another video. We're gonna have so much fun here because I've gathered all of my favorite art materials and I'm gonna use them in a way you would never expect. Join me for some fun with art and creativity. Now remember, hitting that subscribe button and leaving a comment lets the algorithm know you want to see more like this. You know what to do. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more fun with art and creativity. Thanks for watching.